All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Already got people coming in. Shout out to you, Thomas. Yes, Bruce has to go. Yes, we'll get onto that. Trust me. Dino, I'm done with it. As soon as Hendrick came on, I turned it off. What a decision that was. I won't go to watch another game under Bruce. I agree with you. And 0 shots on target today. Wow. Yes, all of that and a lot more. So, final score, Brighton 3, Newcastle 0. And those comments there just summed it up pretty much. As much as I want to rant and rave, is there any point? Really and truly, because that is just a waste of my energy. It's a waste of my energy even watching the game, full stop. But to rant and rave after that, it's to be expected now. I mean, a team that is fighting for survival, literally, to then turn up against a team also fighting for survival and to lay down for this said team. They've now done the double over us this season and scored 6 goals in the process. 6 goals against us. They've done the double over us, not conceded, and scored 6 against us. Yes, that is Brighton Hove Albion. Shout out to Brighton if you're watching this. But for us, that's no good for us because Fulham are breathing down our neck. Yes, we've got a game in hand. Yes, there's a slight breathing space in between us. But on this form, on this current form, with this current manager, in this current situation, I'm not optimistic whatsoever. I mean, our only saving grace is that there's an international break in between where we have the opportunity to do the right thing. And we all know what the right thing is. Get rid of Steve Bruce. It's that easy. It's that simple. Progress with Graham Jones. Progress with one of the managers that are out at the moment, out of work, and give them the opportunity to save our bacon. Literally. Yes, our bacon. Because the next run of games, we've got Tottenham after the international break. Then I believe it's Burnley and then West Ham as well. Wow. Just wow. I mean, look, cruel to be kind. You've summed up what I said before. I've said it before. Just relegate us now. Do us a favour and relegate us now. People think, oh, you're so negative. No, I'm realistic. Put us out of our misery and relegate us now. Put us in the Championship and we might actually have a chance. We might have a chance of enjoying our match days, going to watch a match where we enjoy the football, whether Bruce is there or not. I mean, look, in the Championship, we probably pretty much can manage ourselves, even if Bruce is on the touchline getting all the praise and the plaudits. But to be in the Premier League and turning week in, week out, and then seeing this, it's painful. It's painful to watch. So I'm just going to go back to the comment section. So Jake said, at least we might have a derby to go see. That is, again, one of the plus points of being relegated next season. If Sunderland go up and we go down, there might be a derby to look forward to next season. So, yeah, I totally agree with you. As much as that is funny, Jake, it's actually quite true. Shout out Statman Keep as always, even 40. Absolutely fed up. What will it take for Bruce out to happen? I don't know. Because it seems like this Mike Ashley dude is just stubborn as a mule. Surely he's got to be tuning into these games and thinking, hold on a minute, we're getting close. We're getting really close. Like very, very close. And the run of Fulham, despite them getting beaten yesterday, they are looking in better form than us. And it's only going to be a matter of time before they take us over. It is only a matter of time. I don't know what it takes for this guy to do. Like, he keeps losing games, and it's not even like, dodgy decision or whatever. We got absolutely outplayed today, and we didn't even turn up today. I think our souls are still in St James's Park, and the rest of us is down in the Amex. Like, what is that about? I really do not understand. Yeah, big up to you as well, man. Shout out for listening as well. You don't need to go through this. Trust me, you've got a better team to support, so shout out for coming on. I really hope it's Fulham not taking advantage. I know, but at the same time, Fulham look better. I don't care if we've got a game in hand because we're still only going and waste that game in hand anyway. We wasted this game. These run of games, I remember us after the run of fixtures that we thought, we're not going to lose, we're not going to win against, I think it's the Chelsea's and Man United's. We saw these batch of games and we thought, you know what, we might actually do something. Played West Brom, didn't beat West Brom. Played whoever else, didn't beat them. Now played Brighton and lost against them. So, yeah, Brighton showing Newcastle United how fighting to win a relegation battle. I know, Brighton. And again, I'll say it again, for the people that just joined in, 6 points they've taken from us. 6 goals they've scored against us. 0 conceded. I think I've got that right, Statman Keith. I think I've got that right. But they definitely haven't. They definitely scored 6 goals against us, because the commentator said it. They've definitely taken 6 points against us. And I don't remember scoring against them. We might have scored in the home, but obviously we definitely didn't score tonight. And we made Brighton basically like prime PSG. Even now PSG. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. How's the bacon, did you say? How is the relegation, do you say? How is the championship, do you say, Jake? That's what I'm saying. Because, you know, championship is looking very, very comfortable right now. Oh, that was the other one as well. Thank you for reminding me. So, Hayden out for the season. Like, that's just as bad as the loss, because, again, for me, he's been arguably up there with player of the season for us. Yes, Wilson, of course, will take the plaudits, you know, the amount of goals that he scored as well. But for me, Hayden is that underrated star. And again, if he's out for the rest of the season, you know, you've got the likes of Jeff Hendrick coming off the bench. Sean Longstaff finally came off the bench for once, but it's too little too late. The game's gone by that stage anyway. Mike Ashley must be happy with Bruce since you haven't sacked him. I don't know. I really do not know. I do not know what is going through this guy's mind. I'm baffled to say the least. And I just hope... I don't know. I want to say so much, but it's pointless. Because again, a smart businessman will be like, yo, why not get rid of this guy now? He's got 2 weeks. Whoever comes in, whether it's Rafa comes back, whether it's Eddie Howe that comes in, whether it's Graham Jones who takes over, whoever has this 2 week window, they got 2 weeks to work on whatever we've got now. Do you know what I mean? We've got the likes of ASM potentially coming back. Miggy came back today, although he looked off the races, and understandably so. Obviously, Hayden's out for the rest of the season by the looks of it, but we've got players to work with. It's not like it's got a bummy squad. We've had worse squads and done better. So whoever we could potentially get in, we've got actually some talent to work with. Mr. Lawless, you've joined the... All right, okay. Seeing as you're flying high now, you want to come and, you know, kick Swallows down. All right. Mr. Lawless from West Ham Fan TV. Shout out to you, bro. Welcome to the coach Newcastle hired, who's getting the credit for the wins. That is Graham Jones, and he got credit for the Everton win. Well, I give him definitely credit for that win, and I think it might have been the Southampton win as well. I might have given him credit for, but since then, I don't know. I don't know if he's putting the bibs out, putting the cones out, or whatever. He's there in spirit, but I don't know how much impact he's having on the team, because right about now, we've just reverted back to Bruce ball, like Brucey football. And yeah, that is what's happened. But I would still fling him in. If we was to get rid of Bruce and we didn't want to bring anybody in to save our season, I'd still fling him in and give him a go towards the end of the season, because I'm tired of watching this. Every week I've got to look forward to these games, and I'm seeing these sort of fixtures against the Brightons of this world, against West Broms of this world. We're getting turned over. It's embarrassing, bro. Null and void the season. Bro, my season null and void from the get-go. From the moment we started this season, it was null and void. 3-0 both games. Thank you for the confirmation. Yeah, thank you for the confirmation again. Look, so identical score lines in both home and away. Home and away. Not the TV program home and away, but home and away. Like, we played Brighton at home earlier on in the season. Second game of the season, in fact, I think it was. Got beat tonight 3-0. 6 conceded, no goals scored, 6 points lost against Brighton. Brighton! Get out of here, man. This is all long, man. I agree. This is long. It's long being a Newcastle fan. This is why I want to get relegated. I want to get relegated. Yes, I said it. I'll say it again. Whoever wants to argue with me, come bring your opinions, because I've got so many more opinions that I'll battle your opinions off the park. Why would you want to put yourself through this in the Premier League another season under Bruce? Because again, if need be, we'll still keep. If we stay in the Premier League somehow, we'll still keep Bruce. You know that, right? He's not going anywhere anytime soon. So I said what I said. Hold fire right there. I'm going to invite some more people into the chat to see if they want to come in. So just hold fire. And I'm back. Right. So I've invited some more people into the chat. If they want to come in, by all means. If not, I understand. But let me read some more of these comments whilst I wait. So, still can't believe Newcastle hadn't had a shot. Oh, that's the other thing as well. Oh man, you are reminding me of all of this horror show. So no shot on target. No, the shot that hit the post doesn't count because it hit the post. It doesn't. It didn't go in between the posts. It hit the post, so that technically doesn't count as on target. So the Ryan Fraser chance is the only chance that really we had in the second half. So no shots on target. Oh man, we are frauds out here, man. Bro, I'm supporting Brighton tonight. Do your thing, man. I ain't mad at you. Do your thing, man. Bruv, is this Steve Bruce guy serious? Apparently so. Apparently he's a manager. I don't know who told you that, but apparently he's a manager. So, listen, man. Mr. Lawless, if you're still listening, don't ever argue about who's got the worst manager, who's run by the worst club, who's got the worst chairman. Between us, Newcastle, and West Ham, there's no contest. No contest. If you watch the whole 90 minutes tonight and you've seen what's been going on, it's a no-brainer. We are the worst club. You guys are fighting for European football. We are fighting against relegation, and it's just common to us as well. And we're not even going out with a fight. It's just ridiculous right now. So yeah. What is Bruce football? As a neutral, I don't know. I don't know either. I would love to hear what he's got to say in this presser, in this post-match presser. I would love to hear what he's got to say. I would really, really love to hear what he's got to say, because how can he defend that? I mean, he talks about getting points, inching, and all the rest of it now. We're not getting nothing. You don't get nothing for turning up. There's no booby prizes for turning up. Oh, man. Newcastle United, very lucky. Leeds beat Fulham away yesterday. Otherwise, Newcastle United would have been already dropped in the bottom three today. Newcastle United now staying out of the bottom three by fingernails. And that's the truth. That is the truth. But it's only a matter of time, Keith, and the rest of you guys listening, before we actually do drop in. And when we do drop in, we are not coming out. That's the worrying thing. And again, it's similar to us going into the Championship. Because I reckon if we do go in the Championship, I don't think we're going to bounce back straight away. I really don't. If we still got this guy at the helm, if you still got Bruce in charge, it's not too much Ashley, because Ashley can just say, here you go, here's a couple mil to do what you need to do. It's definitely the buck stops with the manager for me. I can stand Ashley at a push if he's got a good manager in front of you. Because again, when we had Rafa in charge, I wasn't too bothered about what Ashley was doing. He could buy all the flipping high street shops he wants to do, because we had a decent manager in charge, a very good manager in charge, in fact, and I was happy with that. But now we've got this idiot in charge. I can't do it, man. I really can't do it. And now, another man who can't do it, my guy Fumbi. What are you saying, brother? Me can't hear you. Me can't hear you.
Sorry, Wagwan. I put my finger on the mic all the time. I don't know why I do that.
All right.
What's good?
Yeah,
Good.
I'm just reading out.
Bro, the maddest thing is this year, if you've really been following the season, you kind of think to yourself, how can I be angry? You know, how can I be disappointed? What am I supposed to expect? This is Mike Ashley's team. Sorry, this is Steve Bruce's team. It's still Steve Bruce coaching. He should have been sacked in August last year, but he's still here. So this is what I've come to expect. We were trash today. Don't get it twisted. Miggy shouldn't have started. Man's been going. People go at Kraft every weekend. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. Both goals came from Mankilo. both goals. The same goal too. The same goal. Literally cut inside and bury it. When are Brighton cutting inside and burying it? We've never cut inside this season.
I said we made Brighton look like prime PSG, man. The way that they was
like
three good goals.
Their centre backs were in the centre in the first half. We had no counter outlet. We lined up to defend against teams and counter them, but we have no counter outlet. It was just weird to me. It was a terrible game. And if we get relegated, man, it's something we deserve.
Yeah, I've been saying it all time. Like, we definitely deserve to be relegated. I don't even think we might bounce back up at the first time of asking this time. I think once we're down, we'll stay down for a little bit. I just saw Mr. Lawless's comments about Joe Linton today. Newcastle, Joe Linton versus Brighton, 15 times possession, lost one touch in opposition box, 0 shots, 0 chance created. How much did he cost? You know full well how much he cost. You know.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. Joe Linton's so bad as a finishing product of a footballer. He's so bad. He's like, I don't even think he's championship level.
The thing is as well, which is worrying as well, that we're fighting a relegation battle. And the fact that we've got Joe Linton leading line. Yes, we know Callum Wilson's out, but we've still got Gale on the bench, Carroll on the bench. No matter what you want to say about them two, they got to be leaps and bounds ahead of Joe Linton. Joe Linton is not the answer if you're in a relegation battle. Gale might be the answer. Carroll might be the answer. You might be an answer. I might be the answer. But Joe Linton is not the answer up front. That's what
I think the reason why Gale's not an answer is because he's not going to track. He's not going to work hard.
But what does Joe Linton do then?
Well,
exactly. What does he do? I'm still yet to find out. What does he do?
You know what? I'm not even going to be mad at the team. I'm not mad at the players. I'm not mad at the team. This is a decision that the board made, and they signed Joe Linton and they hired Bruce. So this is what happens when you make bad decisions after bad decision after bad decision. Someone was saying to me, you know, he's not going to put this on Mike Ashley because he invested in the team and he's given, you know, Bruce money. But it's like, so it's like me giving, it's like Mike Ashley sacking Bruce and then calling me and you to come and manage Newcastle and then signing Messi. What's that going to do? I don't know how to coach football.
We'd stand a better chance if that was the case. But yeah, I mean, look, do you think Newcastle get relegated? Do you think it'll be a blessing for the Premier League? I think so. I think the rest of listen, hear me out. The rest of the Premier League does not need to watch us play like that. We're doing them a service if we get relegated. Because again, I would be pissed off if I'm paying Sky subscription, which I'm thankfully not, to watch this pile of crap play in black and white.
But you know, only Newcastle fans who watch Newcastle. I doubt Liverpool fans are disgusted because Newcastle and Brighton wasn't a sizzling game. Who cares what the Premier League is?
We were the only game that was on TV, so they're probably like, I might as well throw this on. And then they think, you know what? I'd rather watch paint dry. Like, come on. It was that bad.
That's neither here nor there, because the truth is this. Bad football, good football, it's all entertainment, it's all television. So Newcastle, even the Premier League, is actually bad for Sky because we're always talking points. We're good talking points. We're good for television. Our fans are going to cry tonight. Everyone's going to say, sack Bruce. They're going to be getting, you know, the amount of people are going to be tuning in. I don't care if I don't care how the Premier League feel. My issue is, I think if we get relegated, I don't care if we end up in League 6. I just want Mike Ashley to sell the club and go. Then I'll be able to start again, and then I'll be happy with what we build up on. But if Mike Ashley's still at the club when we get relegated, I want us to get relegated again. If he's still at the club when we get into League 1, I want us to get into League 2. If he's still at the club in League 2, I want us to get into the conference. If he's still there, I want us to go into non-league football. As long as Mike Ashley is still the owner of Newcastle, I want it to be a club where he can't make 10p off of it.
Yeah, no, I hear that still. Keep going until he's gone, man. Listen.
Until he's gone, until he's like, this is pointless.
He always said that you'll leave the club when we win something. Well, that's not happening anytime soon, Michael. So please leave the club when there's no money in it. There's no more money.
Put it on eBay, man. Put it on Amazon. Just sell it. Sell it in the back of a car, man. Lose it in a card game. Just let the club go.
I mean, look. Apparently, Bruce has got a run of form. This Statman keeps saying, history repeating. Bruce at Newcastle United this season is Bruce at Hull 2014-2015, Hull dropped down the table during the season, dropped in the bottom three. In the last 2 games, were relegated. Hull's record, won 8, drawn 11, lost 19. So he's got a track record of it. Is this not computing with Michael? Michael, what are you doing? Lee, what are you doing? Is this not computing with you? The fact, do you not watch us on TV? I know it's hard to watch, but we are going down and we're not even putting up a fight. It's like a boxer fighting with one hand behind his back. It's embarrassing, bro.
Well, it's been coming. We called it all season. We saw this coming, man. We saw this coming, man. I saw it coming after the Brighton game. I realized this man hasn't actually got a clue the first time we played Brighton. And then it became a thing where if we won a game, he stayed with the team. If we lost a game, he changed the team. He's played Joe Willock in the last 5 games or 4 games. Why? I don't know.
He's dead.
Why? I don't know.
He's dead. Sorry, Joe Willock is dead.
The kid is 21. Like, he should just be warming up, Right. But he's playing like he's a senior player.
The fact that we're playing Joe Willock, listen, we've got our own 21-year-olds to play. Like,
honestly,
we've got 2 long staffs. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather us play players that actually come from our club, that are signed to our club from the area, than trying to flip and make good of someone else's rejects. Like, he doesn't.
I just don't understand.
It makes no sense.
He scored that goal, which was great, but he's not even played well. He loses the ball. He's not smart. Like, he's not like he turns the pace or gets a pass going. He can just run. That's it. And some Arsenal fans wanted to argue me about, it's because he's playing for a dead team. Yeah, he's playing for a dead team, yeah. But at the same time, he was playing for them, though.
Yeah. Well,
he couldn't get to their team. Yeah. They only 10. So what are they talking about?
I know. Dino come up with this is the most killer comment of the night. Brighton, Munich. Yes, we made them look like Brighton, Munich, bro. We made them look that good. That is quality.
Someone said on Twitter, Steve Bruce's work has got world-class players to work with. I said, excuse me, has Brighton got world-class players to work with? Has Burnley got world-class players to work with? Have Southampton got world-class players to work with? None of them teams are better. None of those players are better than the players we have. They just have better managers. Did you see the Brighton manager? Comfortable. He told his players, this team has nothing for you. Push them back. Them in a crumble. Notice here, we were lucky to get to 47 minutes without conceding. We get a big injury. The game stops, which kills Brighton's momentum. Kills everything. It's literally a restart now. You're supposed to just ride this out till half-time comes. We can see the goal, bro.
I know.
We can see the goal.
And that's what I'm more gutted about.
Was so weird in the sense where they literally let the ball go over the top, which they were doing the whole game. He brings the ball down, which is amazing to me. That's the first error. You bring the ball down from a 40-yard pass. He can bring it down. Tossard's not even. Is he even 6'4"?
I don't know.
He didn't even have to shield the ball or body off the defender. Just brought it down, turned around, ran in, and scored. And then Welbeck says, I know some of that. Is that what they're doing? I said it.
We made Welbeck look like Henri, bro. You know
Welbeck turns, brings it in, and shoots.
Why are we making Welbeck look like Henri? How on earth we make him
Shelby's done. All this talk, he's got a great range of passes. Where are they? Where are these great range of passes?
Shelby. In fact, Dan Lawless from West Ham TV, take him to West Ham.
Trash, man. He's
rubbish. People about Shelby. Nah.
He's predictable. When you pass the ball from the midfield or from just like 20 yards outside of your own box and you pass it 40, 30 yards to the player on the wing, then what? Does he run up to support? He just stays there.
He's got nothing for us.
Who's moving into the box? What's the next play? Just whip a nice pass. He's rubbish, man.
Bro,
he's trash.
I'm sorry. The thing that I'm most gutted about, obviously I'm gutted about losing 3 points, but it's Hayden being out. Hayden is the linchpin. He's the guy in our centre midfield area. And the fact that you have to bring on Jeff Hendrick afterwards, oh, Lord. Like, that's not the one.
Was worse, that or the injury.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're both on par with each other, in fact. You know what I mean? Reading some more comments out. Mitchell, if you bought a private jet for 40 million, would you keep it in the hangar and let it decrease in value, or would you fly it? Joe Linton has to play. I
don't understand that reasoning. I know what you're trying to say, Mitchell, but at the same time, because if you bought a private jet for 40 million, it's going to give you a 40 million private jet rating. You're not going to be flying. It's going to be like, oh, I can't get into the sky. It's going to fly. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't buy a 40 million private jet. We paid 40 million for a scooter that wants to behave like a private jet. That's the difference. We paid 40 million for a skateboard and claiming it's a Bentley. That's the problem. That ain't no private jet. You spend 40 million on a private jet, you get a private jet. We didn't spend 40 million on a private jet. We spent 40 million on some bullshit. That's what we spent.
Mitchell, we ain't got no private jet on that pitch, baby. Like that
private jet to do shit. Jonathan can fuck right off. I don't care if they bench him for the rest of his contract. I won't miss that 40 million. We're paying more. We're paying way more. He's costing us more than 40 million.
And he will potentially cost us even more if we go down. The amount of money
he's costing us more.
That 40 million,
70k a week.
Yeah, exactly. Mike Ashley's got to hold that one. He's got to hold it.
He don't hold that. He didn't buy no private jet. He bought an idiot. He bought an absolute idiot. He got sucked into a price market, didn't watch this person play, and these are the problems that we've been having. An absolute nonce managing our club. A guy who has no idea what football is. He's not even a good business manager. Look at his Sports Direct. It's any cheap knockoff department store. And we've got him who owns our club. It's embarrassing. The Man United owners, they own they own football teams in America. The Etihad people, they own the Middle East. What does our manager own? What does our chairman own? Nothing. I'm done, man. Newcastle are trash. We're going to get relegated. There's no way we're escaping this. No way. We're going to lose our next 4 games. We've got Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool. No, we've got Spurs, Liverpool. We've got Arsenal again, innit?
We've got West Ham, Burnley in there as well. I'm just going to read out a couple more comments before I get beaten as well. So Keith saying Fulham versus Wolves, Fulham versus Burnley, and Southampton versus Fulham. 3 winnable games for Fulham before they even play Newcastle at Craven Cottage on the last game of the season. Paul saying, evening lads, I agree. If we go down, if we stay down, sickening to watch. It's sad, but this is us for how long. Joe Linton is Jason Bent in disguise. Always enjoy this at least. Cheers for that, mate. I'm sure I've seen a Brighton fan in here. Yes, John, Brighton fan here. Feel sorry for you guys. You're such a massive club, but your players had no passion tonight. I totally agree with that. Dino saying we just hoofed the ball upfield. No one. It was unbearable. I couldn't see any point in watching it. Let's bring in Pete to see what he's got to say, mate.
Man, like Pete in the building.
Go on, give us
get that fucking waste man, Ross Clark, Bumba Clark out of my man.
Wait, Pete, which one, bro? There's quite a few. Which one? There's quite a few, man.
The guy at the top of the table, Steve Bumba Clark Bruce, man, he needs to go now. Okay, right. I'm giving him 40. He's got 48 hours. He's got 48 hours to pack his bags and fuck off to Sunderland or wherever he comes from, because he ain't from Newcastle, right? Because that's the only way we're staying in this league, right? He goes, we've got a chance under a new manager, whether that's Graham Jones or whoever. I don't care who comes in. They will do a better job than Steve Bruce, but he has to leave. If he doesn't leave, me, you, and Clint, we're going to go to championship games next season.
I'm ready. I'm ready, man. Seriously, I want to get entertained.
That's why I want Brentford. I don't want Brentford to get promoted, innit? Because that's a local game still. Man can buff you at Putney.
Listen, nothing wrong with this, man. Listen, leave Brentford out of this.
Brentford ain't getting promoted. We'll be going Brentford next season. Don't worry about that. They're already bottling it. Like, you know what I mean? They're bottling it like Newcastle in the entertaining.
You know what? Yeah, I look at Norwich. Yeah, remember Norwich went down last season, innit? And now they're literally back in the Prem. I actually envy them because they're back in the Prem next season, and the chances are we're going to win the championship.
Norwich is straight up. And Norwich, you know what Norwich have done as well? They've sold us 2 Rottens. Done us dirty twice.
Who?
Jacob Murphy and Jamal Lewis. They've done us both.
Lewis is not a rotten. Yeah. Unfortunately, Lewis came to the club with an idiot. He came to the club with Bruce. And a lot of them, man, even St. Maximin, are thinking, there's no way I'm going to further my career with this guy under me as my manager. No way.
But at least St. Maximin can shine under a poor Bruce.
That's because he's got skills. If he didn't have skill, look at Fraser. Fraser looks good.
It takes a special kind of guy to shine the light under Steve Bruce. I'm sorry, right? Because there are a lot of players, especially tonight, that weren't shining the light. I mean, look, people have talked positively about Steve Bruce. It's not Steve Bruce, sorry. Positively about Paul Dummett over the last 2 or 3 games because he was just relatively solid. But look, he was shocking tonight. He was awful. You could say the same about Kieran Clark. You could say the same about Bells.
He's not supposed to play 3 games in a row, Pete. He's not supposed to.
Look, he should be playing 90 minutes. You know what I mean? He's got his hamstrings are hanging on by a thread. Paul Dummett's are, right? He should not be playing football at the elite level again. But it is what it is. For me, I still think there's a player in Jamal Lewis, and there's a reason why Liverpool seriously wanted to sign him. And I think we're not going to get that. We're not going to get that Jamal Lewis under Steve Bruce at this club, right? He needs a manager that needs to be coached and supported and given guidance and advice. You put him in under Rafa Benitez, and you got a player there, right? That's the difference. It's the quality of manager that makes a difference in a player. And I honestly believe you get a manager in, anybody at the moment is better than Steve Bruce, and you will instantly get a rise out of these players. And you will instantly see better performances and a togetherness within the team. There's a lot of talk tonight that, this is it for Bruce. There's a lot of talk that this is it, and that the next 2 or 3 days could be quite crucial. We've said it a lot of times that we don't think Bruce will get sacked, but a lot of people in the media are saying it, that this is it. And whether they've got news on it, I don't know. Bruce wasn't very positive in his press conference on Friday, and for the first time was open and honest to saying that he wasn't good enough, and he hasn't been good enough. I believe this is it now. We made this change on Steve McLaren. We made the change on Steve McLaren and brought Rafa in last time, and we used this international break to do it. This is the perfect time. We've got 9 games, and look, for all the shit tonight, for all the bad performances and all the crap that we've had to endure for that 93 minutes, we're still 2 points ahead of Fulham with a game in hand. So it's still there for us. You know what I mean? It's still there for us. We've got tough games, but under a new manager with a positive outlook, there's no reason why we can't pick up points in some of those games. Arsenal ain't playing great. Tottenham ain't playing great. We've got them both at home. Who's to say we can't pick up points with a team under a manager that they've got a little bit of confidence with? We've still got Burnley away. Burnley ain't playing great. We've still got Sheffield United at home, Fulham away, teams that we can go and get points from. So it's still there. It's still there. And for all the crap, we're still 2 points ahead of Fulham. And you know what? We could have quite easily been in the relegation zone tonight, and we're not. So that's the only slither of positivity that I'm taking out of tonight.
We deserve to be in the relegation zone.
We do. We do. You're right.
The form that we're showing right now is absolutely dire. The fact that we're relying on teams this early on to beat teams in and around us. That's the only saving grace we have. Like, we are absolute dog shit. Like like you said, we should be using the next 2 weeks, the international window, to get rid of this man and then bring in whoever, whether it's Eddie Howe, Rafa Benitez, Graham Jones, flipping yourself, me, Fumbi, whoever. We should be using someone in this window to get them in and then be ready for these next couple of games. Because, again, we keep saying these games are crucial. Then we come to these games and then we keep losing them. Look, these games are disappearing day by day.
You sack Steve Bruce tonight, right, or tomorrow, and you get another manager in, right, by Monday, Tuesday. You've got 2 weeks to work on them, a way of playing, getting to know your players. You got Callum Wilson that's been training this week, back on the training pitch. He'll be ready for Tottenham. You got St. Maximin that's training. He'll probably be on the grass and back in training by the time that Tottenham come around. You've got a different outlook there of a group of players with the confidence that they've got a manager they trust and that they believe in, whoever that may be, right? You've got a different team that comes out, a team that's probably going to be quite hungry and want to really be proving themselves. And then we go out against Tottenham, and this is all kind of like, obviously, ifs and buts. We go out against Tottenham and make it difficult for them and get some out of that game. What that does is give us confidence going into the Burnley away game, which is a game that we can actually win. Okay, and then the outlook can be completely different in that time.
we've still got an opportunity. But that man cannot be at this club for another 48 hours. It cannot
And
happen.
sack him just because. Just sack him just because. Sack him because his name is Steve. Whatever you want to do, just sack him. There's no need to keep him.
Lots of rumors that actually that the club had agreed a package with him before the game. Before the game had kicked off, that they'd agreed a kind of what is it, a severance package or whatever it is called. Lots of talk about various different things at the moment, but you know, the key for me is every single person that I've seen in the media that reports on Newcastle, they're all saying the same thing. That result tonight is a sackable offence. His position at this club is untenable. He cannot.
And you know what, Pete? That's what upsets me the most, man. The fact that they're saying that result tonight was a sackable offence.
I mean, not the previous one.
The result against Brentford was a sackable offence. The result against Sheffield United was a prison. He should have been sentenced for that one. You could go to jail for them kind of performances.
He should have got life. He should have got life for that.
He should have got life.
Sheffield United had won in 20 games.
Remember that week I was saying to you, man, hey, if we give Sheffield United their first W, I'm going to cry. And we did you.
Seriously, without parole for that performance.
Seriously, look how many teams and players we've given life to. Sheffield United, what's his name from Chelsea, Werner, who hadn't scored in about a million years. Brentford, like all of these teams we're giving life to. And
Man United gave us 4-1 or 5-1 when they weren't even on form. They weren't even on form.
It makes no sense. Like we're giving all these teams life, man. Like Brighton, they've done a double over us. They scored 6 goals.
And the worst team possible we could have given life to is Fulham. They were on the floor after last night.
Yeah, I know. They were.
Their confidence is through the roof, thinking, flipping now Newcastle in free fall. We've got a chance here.
You know what it is as well,
on the floor, they're now high as a kite, ready for their next game.
We've won 2 in our last 19 games. How is Steve Bruce still in a job? How?
Honestly, I need to wake up tomorrow morning. I want to get up early. I want to get up at 6 o'clock, and I want to hear that news. Seriously.
I'll tell you what.
Hear that news.
If that news is true, we're all jumping on this same call. We're like, yo,
if they sack Bruce at 4 in the morning, if they sack Bruce at 4, you might phone me. I'll do a stream there and then.
100%.
I'm waking up.
We're on it.
Because we need some good news.
Look, well, I'm just going to turn to the comment section here. Anthony Darling said a few players will be onto their agents after tonight. Listen, I'm sure they will be. ASM's on the phone. Yo,
hell no. Hell no.
Hell no.
I ain't Plymouth away.
We ain't keeping those. We ain't keeping that top 6.
I ain't playing Burn Albion away. I ain't doing that. We still up for the Premier League, and only that.
We ain't gonna keep those front 3. We ain't keeping Dubravka. We're not
Miggy.
We're not keeping.
You know what? If we lose Miggy to a good team, you know what will pain me? You will see what kind of baller he really is.
Of course, he's gonna. All 3 of them. Callum Wilson, Miggy. AFM,
you just start crying. Like,
they're all going to tear it up. They'll end up going somewhere and winning trophies. Whoever they move to.
How is Joe Willock benching the staff? How is he doing this? How?
That's another thing. That is another thing.
It's a piss take. It's a piss take that they brought. It's a piss take. Right? At 3-0 down, that they brought Shaw Longstaff. They were taking the piss. Right? Pete, he should have been on before Hendrick.
Pete, the piss take is the fact that we brought him in the first place. I'm sorry, but Arsenal fans, if you're listening in, he's crap. I know we get everything, yeah. We've got our own young bucks to deal with. With our young bucks' life, like the Longstaffs, we've got 20-something-year-olds that can run around in midfield and do nothing. At least,
Nathan Miles said he wants to play in midfield. That's why he went. He's been dead in midfield. My brother's an Arsenal fan, isn't it? He told me the kid needs coaching, bro. Like I can't lie to you. Now I see what he means. He plays like a kid.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We're giving all these players, like we do this every January. Every January we bring in these sort of players that Danny Rose, the last one.
We need to keep Willock because we're going to need him in the Championship, man. We're going to need him to get back up. We're going to need that man to get back up. Keep him.
Woo! Hey, imagine Matty Longstaff and Sean Longstaff giving us the big bollocks when we're in the championship. I don't want to sign another deal. What?
That'll be on midfield.
I would.
That'll be on midfield.
If I'm Matty Longstaff in the championship, I'm like, nah, I'm not paying for you lot. What you did to me? What you lot did to me in the Premier League? No.
You watch those seriously. You watch those guys under a new manager start his first game. Whoever that manager is, you watch Sean Longstaff and Matty be in the team. That would be our centre midfield, right? In the championship, right?
Hey Pete, Shelby has to go.
Willock, Matty, and Sean. They're your three. Because Hayden looks like he's done a cruciate ligament. He's probably going to be out for another year. Shelby. Right, he can just fuck off from this club. He can just get the fuck out of this club, man. He can get the fuck out, man. I'm done with that guy. Seriously. 80 grand a week. Man. 80 grand a week.
I can't say
2 years left on his deal that he signed in January.
Do you hear the commentators though? The commentators, he's got such a range of passes. This is me. Where are they?
He left me in James Park, bro. You're playing in Brighton. Playing in the Amazon.
Where are these amazing passes that he's not just getting to the? Where are these? Do you know one time he tried to spread the ball long to Joelinton or something like that, and of course it got cut out. And I just thought to myself, what was that? Do you know how many times we went backwards? One time we were at the top, we went backwards. I'm confused. The team.
We're going backwards as a club. We're going backwards as a club, full stop. Let alone backwards. Like,
How can he's destroyed what Rafa was actually building? You know, he's actually completely leveled it. It's already done. He's destroyed it. Every essence of what Rafa Benitez brought, the spirit, the commitment, the style of play, everything that Rafa left us, right, was used up in that last season. You could see it disappearing.
Yeah, it was.
All of that quality and that togetherness went and disappeared. Discipline. And then, everything, all of it. And then this season, what we're seeing is the real Steve Bruce come through. Yeah. Right? It's all coming through and it's come and it's accumulated to this point. Any other manager, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, if we had any other manager in the Premier League, bar Steve Bruce, we'd in a comfortable 11th, 12th position now. Staying in the league, no problem. Callum Wilson had 15 goals this season already.
Yeah.
Right? We'd be absolutely calm, nothing to worry about. We'd just be chilling right now, just chatting about, okay, next season, who we're going to sign.
I can't believe we mocked West Ham, Pete, at the beginning of the season.
Hold on. In fact, you mentioned West Ham. We've got Dan Lawless here for West Ham Fan TV, and he's dropped a comment. I need to read this out. Shout out to you, Mr. Lawson. You're taking the piss now, aren't you? I never want to hear the name Longstaff mentioned in the same breath as Declan Rice again.
Hey, look, Dan. What I will say,
I tell Lawless to back out, man.
What I'll say to that is that Declan Rice ain't all that.
He ain't all that.
He ain't all that.
Can Declan Rice play under Steve Bruce though? That's what he has to really know.
Yeah, exactly. Can you do that? Yeah. Tell you that.
Can you do it on a cold night under Steve Bruce? Can you do it in the same way though?
Hold on. Jeff is taking the piss as well. He's saying, dream on. Hendrick will be our main man in the championship. Jeff, come on, Jeff.
Hey, you know what?
I'd pay $3 million to end his contract now. Jeff,
you know what?
I'd pay $3 million. Yeah, tonight. Just so he never plays another game for the club.
I just want to go back to what Pete said.
And you know what?
I just want to go back to what Pete.
If Jeff wants to chip in with that $3 million, I'm quite happy to chip in. You know, we pay for a taxi or a plane or whatever just to get him the fuck out of Newcastle. That's fine.
Hey, I want to follow up what Pete said. Yeah, we were going somewhere. You know, we had a foundation. People used to slag off these same pundits. Used to slag off rappers saying our football was back, but it was never this.
What are they saying now? What are they saying now? Because I'm seeing something about Merson talking about us before.
I'm worried about Newcastle. Since when?
Yeah, but before, you see what he said the week before? He was like, Newcastle still in the Shearer-less Ferdinand days.
He said that today. He said it today.
Exactly.
The one thing I'll agree. The one thing I agree with him on. The one thing I agree with him on is how he ended that by saying that the fans are the best fans out there, and we are, because only our fans would continue to put up with this absolute dog shit week in, week out, right? You know, next season, regardless of what league we're in, if we've still got Newcastle as owner, we will sell out 52,000 every week. We will sell out every away game, and we continue to follow and back those lads, whoever they are, because we are the best fans out there. There are no fans better than us because we have had no success, no ambition for God knows how many years, and yet we're still there. No other club would put up with that. Everyone talks about the Liverpools and the Man Uniteds and all the rest of it. It's all right when you're getting success to fill out all your stadiums and that, but we've not had any success. We've had no ambition, no nothing, but we still go. Me and Clinton were at Leicester last season, losing 5-0 on Sky Sports. You know
But
what I
I
mean?
went to Villa on the last day of the season. We're supposed to stay up.
There you go.
Watch us not score.
You know what I mean? We've done that. We've all been there. We can talk about so many games we've been there and seen the absolute tripe that they've put out. Right? No other club will put up with that. Any other club that have 2 people turning up in the away ends and that have 20,000 maximum in the home end. And that's the thing. And although Paul Merson talked a lot of crap, he ended it on that, and he was absolutely spot on. There are no better fans in English football than us. I'm sorry. I don't care what any other
But
fans...
it is, Pete, though. We're not stuck in the Les Ferdinand and Shearer era. We were very happy in the Rafa Benitez era, if you don't remember. It was just like 2 years ago. So we're not stuck in that era, number one. Number two, nobody said we have to win the Champions League. All we're asking for is, can we do what Southampton did this season? Can we do what West Ham did this season? I don't think particularly West Ham squad is fantastic, but they're playing under a good manager and they're believing in themselves. So all those players can suck a dick. They don't watch Newcastle. They don't support us. They try and rattle us for TV ratings.
You hear that, Dan? You hear that, Dan? So if you're listening,
this year, we've been calling out Bruce since the beginning. We didn't want Bruce. We didn't want him. We never wanted Bruce. How can you bring a manager to the club?
No ex-club that's had Bruce speaks highly of him. Anyone. Aston Villa, the Sheffield clubs.
He's not even qualified to manage Newcastle. What on his resume says he's qualified to manage us?
He's got qualifications.
He's never won anything. So why is he a manager? Why?
He hasn't got any qualifications. He's the only manager in the top 2 leagues that hasn't had any qualifications. He finished his career and walked straight into management without doing his coaching badges, without doing any media training, which is why he talks a load of crap on his press conferences. He's had no training. Honestly, I'm not even joking. This is the truth. He's got no qualifications, no media training, nothing. He's the one manager that's actually been able to just coast. He's just coasted throughout his career, and all he's done is pick up money after money after money for resigning or getting sacked. Right? No club talks about him positively, but every single club talks about him in the same way. He doesn't know how to train players. He can't coach. He can't man manage, even though he's been told he's a good man manager. Right? And every club starts well and very quickly ends very badly, and that's where we are right now with him.
We always seem to pick up these bargain basement managers. Always. We always
attract. Oh my God.
There's a reason why.
I don't even want another English manager because of this. I don't want another English manager because of this. I want a manager I can't pronounce his name.
I just want a manager who's got a clue. Like, it doesn't matter where they come from or whatever, but they just got to have a clue, a plan in place. You've seen it happen with so many other managers that come in this season. I mean, look at Tuchel at Chelsea, for example.
Look at Leeds, bro. How are we struggling in the Premier League where Leeds are scoring freely? How are we doing this?
But Bielsa spent next to... Right, he spent a little bit in the summer, but most of those players that he's got playing in the Premier League, the way he's got them playing, most of them are Championship players. They are. But he's got them playing in a certain way, and given confidence to go out and express himself. You have Bielsa managing Newcastle, we would be higher than Leeds are right now because we've got better players than they are, but we've just got a god-awful manager, and that's the difference. Bielsa gives a team confidence. He makes them feel good about themselves. He gives them the opportunity to be leaders on the pitch and to go out there and express themselves. A little bit like Kevin Keegan did when he did Entertainers. They're playing a similar way. They're not as good, nowhere near as good, but they're allowed to express themselves in a similar way, right? We changed that manager, right? And we're up there. We're top half. We're top half under Bielsa. That's the difference. The problem is Mike Ashley just skims by and just pays certain managers cheap money, like he did with McLaren, like he did with Steve Bruce, like he did with Alan Pardew. The only one he's really spent any money on is Rafa Benitez, and look what he did with us in that short period. He made a rubbish team into a Premier League team, into a comfortable Premier League team, into a team that was actually then looking at going places before he left.
I think I'm just seeing some of the comments that are coming in, and I agree with a lot of them. I mean, Dino's saying that I agree about the fans, many are starting to walk. I mean, I'm one of them. You got if Mourinho has passed his sell-by date, what does that make Bruce? I agree with that. Dave Gibson saying that look at Gerrard at Rangers. We would be scared to take a chance on him. Yeah, appoint Bruce just for experience. Bizarre. Jeff's agreeing with you guys saying Leeds got a pattern, a plan, a pattern of play. They know what is expected of them. I mean, so many comments in here, but just look, Steve Bruce is at least 10 to 15 years past his sell-by date as a manager. I mean,
at least.
So obvious. Like the way he's got us lining up and playing and all the rest of it. It's just so bloody obvious. I mean, look, we'll say it again. These 2 weeks is crucial. And I know we keep saying this every single time we jump on here, but we've got a chance now to really make a change, make a statement. I know people might say it's too late, but better late than never, as the old saying goes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind us going down. I just don't want us to go down with Bruce.
Well, that's the other thing as well, man. That is the other thing as well. But this next 2 weeks, make the change. Like it's
no, next 2 weeks. Not next 2 weeks. By Monday, he has to be gone.
By Monday to use his.
By Monday, he should be gone.
I want a new manager in charge by Monday.
Yeah. Why can't we make like Abramovich sack man at half time? You know, I would have sacked him 20 minutes into the game. I just called them Graham. Hey, tell Bruce to leave and then carry on the game. I'd have sacked him at half time.
Best believe that. Honestly, that's what needs to happen.
He has not earned any respect. He doesn't have to go in a glorious flame of fire. They can literally sack him by Facebook DMs. I don't care. DM him on Insta. You're fired.
But apparently, there was talk at the end of the game that Mike Ashley's in the Middle East at the moment. But if anything, he needs to be on to Lee Charney because Lee Charney needs to be sending him a text right now if it's not already been sent. And he needs to be gone. He needs to be gone. I want to be hearing that he's not travelled back to Newcastle with the players. I want to know that he's gone. That he's gone back to Cheshire or wherever he lives in the northwest, because he's a Manchester boy. So I want to hear that he's gone back to Manchester and not to Newcastle with the players. And I want to hear that he's packing his shit up and he's not coming back. That's what I want to hear in the next 24 hours. I want to wake up in the morning, right, with a smile on my face, knowing that we haven't got him at our club anymore. That's what I want to hear. And
I want us to go a step further. And if we can, just erase his period. If we can, just get it out. Let's not ever talk about it again. Like, as far as we're concerned, Steve Bruce never happened.
The majority of his time at the club has been under COVID. So, again, that pretty much does erase.
Right. So, we'll just write it off. I will never tell my grandkids about this period of Newcastle. Ever.
It's going to be referred to as the dark era.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's the worst era.
They don't need any details. It's just the dark era. The dark
He's
era.
Worse than Pardew. He's worse than Pardew.
Yeah, he's worse than Steve McLaren.
This Pardew got us fifth. Listen, what's Bruce got us, man?
Bruce is worse than McLaren. He's worse than Joe Kinnear. Right? Steve Bruce is the worst manager in my 30 years of supporting the club I've ever seen.
Oh, hell
worse than Ruud Gullit, worse than Kenny Dalglish, worse than Graham Souness. He's worse than the lot.
Bro, when Glenn Roeder passed, man felt it. Like, man, he did such a good job at us. Bruce is worse than Glenn Roeder, okay? He's never going to get love from Newcastle.
Glenn Roeder got us European football. Glenn Roeder got us European football in this one season in charge.
Imagine.
Right. Glenn Roeder's up there in my estimation.
Yeah.
He's high
Bruce
up there.
can fuck out of here, bro. I'm done with this guy.
Dave Gibson saying, can he take Shelby with him too? Yeah, look.
Oh my God.
Please.
And there's a whole heap of people that can go on that Bruce train. It'll be packed. It'll be packed, man, that Bruce train. Statman keeps saying, I don't even know if I need to read this out, but I will anyway. Premier League record, managed 459 games, won 128, drawn 127, and lost 204. Win rate, 27.8. A win rate of 27.8%. And
if you look at Dan's comment a couple of ones down, where he says worse than Steve McLaren, your stats just there that you've just put up proves that, because those stats there, that win percentage is the worst of any Newcastle manager.
Worst.
Right?
So that proves
27.8% win rate, and that's from Statman Keith. You know damn well Mike Ashley did not see that, because any manager who's trying to hire someone for a club who sees that will be like, you know what, I'm going to look elsewhere.
Yeah, you're right. People people coming to the defence of some of the managers that we mentioned. Pardew was actually good. We got tanked a lot, but played better. Glenn Roeder rescued our season. At least JFK was entertainingly mad. Bruce makes Kinnear look world class.
Bro, Kinnear had us working. Kinnear had us stable. I can't take Bruce.
Look, at least Joe Kinnear had us winning matches.
Yeah,
he had us winning matches. You know, that's the difference. Joe Kinnear didn't go 2 wins in 21 games. Put it that way.
2 wins in 21 games.
What else is there? Statman Keith, Glenn Roeder got Newcastle to 7th. Qualified Newcastle for Europa Cup, and won the Intertoto Cup as well. So,
and you know what? On top of that, I need to put this point out there because I said it when he passed away. Right, Glenn Roeder got hers. He rescued this club because the club was on its knees. He got us not just into Europe, but he got us into Europe playing Antoine Sibierski, a free transfer from Man City, up top.
Right? He was balling. Sibierski balled.
Right? He got us playing European football with Antoine Sibierski as our main front guy striker. Right? For me, there is no comparisons there. That guy is on another level.
Bruce is about to get us relegated with Callum Wilson.
Exactly, and that's the point, right? That is the point. He's got a guy that's fit, firing, right, ready to score goals, and he's created a tactic and a way of playing that just nullifies that. And Graham Jones has come in, changed it, got him back playing again. Yes, he's been injured, fair enough, whatever. But Bruce ultimately picks the team, and Bruce has just nullified this team time and time and time again, and he's created this problem. That performance tonight, although those plays were shit, that performance tonight is on Bruce because he was tactically outclassed by a manager that is no better than 13th position.
Hey, real talk, I'm upset because even as we're talking now, I'm not seeing notifications that Bruce has said in his press conference he's stepping down. I'm pissed off. Why is he not saying that?
He needs to get to work, man. He needs to be on the. If he's not on the blower, right? If he's not on the blower to Mike Ashley now, there's something not right about this.
Yeah, I can't. He can't right now. He cannot be. Listen, if he's still managed by our next game, I'm not even playing it. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to wait.
He should have got out the Amex Stadium.
No, he shouldn't have.
Without being told that he's no longer.
Hey, you know when you hug your players, like at the end of the game, you see one of them was just like, it looks like he's saying bye.
Yeah. I need that, man. I need that.
To see that.
All I'm waiting for is Statman Keith to jump in the comment section and say Bruce is gone. That's it. Like I won the.
I want to see. I'm surprised he made it this far.
I want it before I go to sleep. I want it before.
Come on, Statman. Give us some good.
You know the maddest thing, you lot. Mike Ashley must have been calling the replacement by 2-0 when he saw the same goal twice. Oh, fuck this.
He probably thought it was a replay. It's a carbon copy.
Pete, explain to me, bro. How they scored the same goal twice?
Honestly, I have to be honest with you, right? I was watching the game, and it was that shit. I went and ate my dinner. I didn't even watch the game, honestly. And I've never ever done that, right? But I was that pissed off, and I knew.
Oh my God!
After about 3 minutes, I saw like the lack of effort and the lack of unity in that team, and I knew from that moment that we were not going to get anything from the game at all. I could see it. You could see it. Right? Well, look, we've been supporting this club for many years, all of us, right? All three of us. We know when Newcastle are on it. We know when they're going to be in a game today. And what I knew from early on in that game that they weren't giving me nothing. I didn't react to any of those goals going in. All three of those goals, I didn't react. Normally, I'm pissed off. I didn't react at all. I saw it coming. You can tell by these boys whether they're going to turn up or not in the first 2 or 3 minutes.
But you know
what attitude they're going to have.
Do you know what pissed me off? The last 2 games, it looked like at least we're going to get draws. That's what it looked like. Because against Villa, I thought we were going to get battered, but we should have beaten them. And we got a last-minute goal we didn't deserve.
But that's the problem. We looked like we were playing for the draw from minute 1.
Yeah.
And that's what you cannot do in games like this. If you play for the draw, you end up getting beat.
Brighton Munich came for like it was Champions League final.
There you go. And you know what? They're points ahead of me.
That comment he dropped in Brighton Munich. That killed me off. Brighton Munich. We made it Bayern Munich. You know.
I said to my brother, I said, "Hey, Brighton are moving like Barcelona against them right now. I can't even. This is me. I'm stressed right now because I'm watching Brighton and clapping. Great pass, great control. Look at that touch. But
Brighton is fucking shit. Right?
I know.
They didn't have to do anything tonight to win that
game. I know.
They were absolutely shit. I know. They play like that against any other team in this league. They get beaten. I got
sucked in. Pete, I started saying we should get Welbeck next season. I got started.
No, man. Welbeck's finished.
We should look at.
We made him look like. We made him look like 2010 prime Danny Welbeck at Man United. That's what we made him look like.
We should look at Dunk and Trossard. That's what I was thinking. We should look at Trossard. I'll take. You see everyone shouts about Shelby. See Trossard gets busy. Yeah. Shelby pulls a 40-yard passer from our box and stays there and just watches the ball go on.
Duncan Trossard are their two best players. But Basuma not far behind them. They're three key players in that team. And you know what? All three of them played at 50% tonight, and they still won 3-0.
Oh my God!
Just gonna read out some more comments. Dave Gibson saying, "Did you spot the fact that he didn't check on Hayden at all?" I did notice that.
I did notice that. Not even a "How are you? You know, are you okay? Don't worry, everything's going to be okay." None of that. You look at Pochettino when Lloris was stretched off last year with a broken arm. You look at some of the players that whether it's been concussion or whatever, the manager's always gone over just to check that they're okay and just check on them. Right? He had an opportunity because he was stretched off the pitch, and then when he was off the pitch, he was held there for about a minute. Right? And Bruce looked over once, looked over twice. He didn't go over to him once. For me, that's a manager that couldn't give a fuck, and that's a manager that needs to get the fuck out of this club as soon as possible. Yeah, I just think it's just a lack of respect. He's just got a lack of respect across the board, right? You don't care about the players, you don't care about the club, you don't care about the city, you don't care about anyone. All he cares about is his $4 million payout and going off on holiday and going to watch the cricket. That's all he's bothered about, because that's his motivation right now. This will be his last job in football. He won't get another job in football after this. A bit like Graham Souness, that was his last job in football, managing us. He won't get another job, and he knows he's waiting for that $4 million payout. And I hope it's paid. And I hope it's paid in full.
Mr. Lawless is still in the comments saying, "When you lot beat us in 2015, Big Sam was told he was done time before the final whistle. It's time for West Ham to return the favour." Listen, I don't even want it to get that far. I know you're praying, Dan, for us to still have Bruce by the time it gets to West Ham. But me, and I'm sure these other two as well, and the rest of our families, do not want Bruce in charge by the time it gets to West Ham.
We'll do the double over West Ham. We'll do the double over West Ham. We'll beat them at our place.
You're braver than me, man. Because
we'll beat them at our place.
You won't do the double over our flipping under 15s, bro.
Look, like, West Ham. Look, I'm not going to talk too much about West Ham. But West Ham always have these odd seasons here and there where they have a little flutter. You know what I mean? They have a little flutter, they play a little gamble, and they have a decent season, and then they'll go off, and next season they'll probably be in a relegation battle again. Okay, they're no different to us. They have an odd good season, and then the rest are rubbish. But we'll go. They'll come to us. Their record at us isn't great, and we'll probably get a point or maybe 3. We'll be okay. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I want Dan on this chat before we play West Ham.
I had to exit that just to say that's the thought to Pete and Pete only, because I don't want.
I want Dan on this chat before we. I want Dan on this chat before we play West Ham at home.
Listen, he'll come on the chat, but I'm just saying when we get smoked by West Ham and Declan Rice looks like Pippin Perlo, then I don't want the smoke. I'm just saying that was Pete. Pete said that.
I'm willing to take the risk, Clint. I'm willing to take the risk.
Take the risk. You might as well. No one else is taking no risk around here, so you might as well take it for us. Statman Keith, if Newcastle go down this year, they would have blown the biggest gap, 10 points, the gap they once had over Fulham at one stage between 17th and 18th in the Premier League ever. That is another stat that we didn't want to hear, but thank you very much, Statman Steve, for delivering that for us. Lawless is saying now you all need to come on the preview. Listen, we can do both. Listen, show love to yours, West Ham Fan TV. Come over to ours. It's cool. We'll have fun.
I'm trolling. You put me on your show, Dan. I'm trolling all of you.
I think we've got another trolling here. Newcastle goalkeeper is dog shit. I wouldn't agree with that one, mate. Not too sure about that one. Oh, Jeff Stelling, that's another point as well. Jeff Stelling put a good message on. He actually agreed. He said something along the lines of, "Oh, Newcastle fans, I see what you're talking about now. Finally." So Finally, some of these pundits are starting to come round and actually see what we're seeing, not making us out to be deluded all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Danny Murphy, Simon Jordan, Jeff Stelling, Paul Merson. Do I need to go on? All of them, along with others, right? Jermaine Genius, one or two others in there, right? They're all starting to come out of the woodwork now and go, yeah, maybe he's not good enough for this club. Maybe he needs to be sacked. Maybe they need to look in a different direction. Oh, we've only been telling you that since October. But thanks for telling us at the end of March that that's the case. We spotted it a long while ago. And you know why? Because the club know more about the fans know more about the club than those guys do. Those guys don't even watch a 90-minute game of football against Newcastle. They look at the results, they look at the 5-minute highlights, and they assess themselves on radio and on TV based on that 5-minute clip. It's an absolute joke. Those fans painfully watch those 90 minutes every single fucking week. We know more about our club than they do. Right.
Giannis is a hater, man. I was disappointed with Giannis. Really disappointed with his comments. How he tried to make it seem as if it's the fans are demanding too much. If anybody, any club that has a manager like Bruce at their club deserves better. You always deserve better. Bruce was never good enough to manage the club, especially when we went from Rafa Benitez to this joker. So it's not ever been our fault. We didn't want him to be hired. We didn't even like our chairman, right? We don't like you. And then you got to make a decision, hire a man we don't even like. So now we have two people that we hate. The stress is too much.
The stress is killing us. Oh, man. I think, you know what? I think I've blown off enough steam now. Thanks for that, guys. Really did appreciate. Oh, Pete's just disappeared. Thanks for that, guys. I think he's just gone. Oh, no, he's back. I think he's coming back.
He went to check Sky Sports quickly. I think he got a notification. What?
No.
Literally, he was about to sign out, and then he disappeared on us, mate.
I was kicking off because
man,
Cody won his match, his boxing match. He just knocked some guy out, so I was just watching it on TV.
Oh, did he win?
Yeah, he won by
knockout. Wicked.
So, I was just watching that, and I was going a bit mad, and then the signal went. So, yeah.
I thought you were going mad because Bruce got sacked. Because Bruce got knocked out.
I wish. Seriously, I wish. I want to hope that for the guys that are tuning in, I want to hope that we've got a stream with us three tomorrow talking about the fact that we're getting a new manager in this club. I really hope that.
And watch me gas it again. Welcome back, Kai Havertz and the man there.
Listen, I'll let you talk greasy. I'll let you talk however you want to talk.
Talk reckless.
However you want to talk, man. Listen, it's worth it. If we're talking positively tomorrow about a Steve Bruce-less Newcastle United, talk however you wish, man. Forget it, man. Oh, bruv. Yeah, I think that's enough, man, because it's getting late. And
yeah, man.
It's not like I want to watch Match of the Day anyway, because...
Hell no. I didn't even left it on.
No way, man.
But, yeah, thanks for tuning in, people. And again, if there's some new people in here, which there is, shout out to you, Dave Gibson, as well. Thank you for listening in. Make sure you come back, because we're always doing this, just catching jokes, because there's nothing much more to talk about.
Today was jokes, fam. Today was proper jokes, man. I needed this.
We'll get those promotions. We'll get those promotions on again. So when we do it again, we'll get it out there and let people know that we're coming. Because we're on a spontaneous one at the moment, aren't we? But if we get it out there and let them know, then they can get the popcorn ready.
Get the popcorn ready. Unwind. Get your comments in as well. If you support Newcastle, if you don't support Newcastle, if you just want to have a little chat, then by all means, just jump on board. And again, in fact, even throughout the 2 weeks off, we can still ramble on about how much we hate Bruce and actually.
Oh no! In the 2 weeks off, we're going to be seeing is it Pep? Is it Conte?
Oh, now listen, this guy's drunk.
Is it Simeone?
I was talking about Pep and Simeone coming together.
Allegri?
Is it Allegri? I had Scolari's free around about this time of the year.
Man, go and get some sleep, man. Listen.
Peace, man. God bless you, lot, man. Bless.
Enjoy your rest of your evening.
Boys.
Peace.